Thanks to Mevo for sponsoring this video. If you're looking for an all-in-one video solution to instantly improve the quality of your live streams, check out Mevo at the link down below. If the iPhone X was a person, it would be middle-aged. It has been 6 months since Apple debuted their notchy wireless charging phone. And I wanted to look back and see how things have changed, how my initial reviews changed with the iPhone X. So I know a lot of you guys are still deciding whether or not you want to pick one up, or perhaps are regretting your decision, or are super happy that you bought one. So let's go ahead and jump in. There's still a lot of things I like about the iPhone X. The biggest one is the screen. The screen has been absolutely amazing for me from day one until now. Not surprising, Samsung made the display here, but the way Apple tuned it is absolutely outstanding. There's enough contrast in the pictures, I can see it in direct sunlight. Finally have a high resolution display from Apple. I love the screen. Colors, text, black levels, everything looks the way they should. The best screen from Apple. And since the iPhone X came out 6 months ago, we've already started to see the iPhone X clones start to hit phones with these notches. And the more these clones start to hit, the more I'm impressed what Apple did, being able to essentially bend the display around the bottom of the phone, essentially removing the chin. You see all these competitors try to do the notched bezel-less phone, still have chins at the bottom. So I'm impressed what Apple's done with their design. Another thing I like, and I know that I'm in the minority here, and folks I've talked to in the office, and my own wife would disagree with me, but I've been pretty happy with FaceID. It's worked really well in almost every situation for me. Again though, I know that I'm in the minority here for that. My wife's, I've had to redo her facial recognition almost every 2 months because it stops working. The folks in the office here say it hardly works for them. In my experience though, Face ID has been awesome and made me not miss any sort of Touch ID at all. I also got used to gestures a lot quicker than I thought. Even going back to an iPhone 8 with a button seems a little bit strange. The learning curve is definitely there, but it's not nearly as long as I initially thought, and now it's become totally second nature to use the phone. So this is a pro and a con, and I'll talk about it more, but I do like the wireless charging is here for convenience. And the phone's been a little bit more durable than I've expected from typical phones. Now, generally I've got a case on it because my toddlers are constantly ripping the phone out of my hands. I haven't had any sort of cracks on the screen and no cracks at all on the back. And I've dropped it twice and I've seen my heart like just fall to my feet. It sort of happens in slow motion. Speaking of slow motion, the cameras have been really good. I haven't done much, it's not as much as I thought I was gonna do, going into manual mode and tweaking settings. I usually just shooting my kids in auto mode and it works really well. I use portrait mode quite a bit, more than I thought I was going to on the rear camera. That's a big reason I want to get the 10 over the 8 Plus, doesn't have that front-facing portrait. I haven't really used it all that much. But one camera setup I have been using lately is our new Mevo camera. You guys have probably heard of it. It's a one-stop shop live streaming solution. It lets you edit, manipulate videos as you are streaming live events. It's like a whole video crew in just a little tiny black portable package. It's really cool. You can select different regions of the camera's frame to stream and even pan to different spots, all without ever moving the camera. You can stream to all your favorite places that you'd expect, like YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter, or even just save the footage locally if you want. Another feature that I have never seen before on a pocket-sized camera like this is the ability to automatically detect people in your shot and create different virtual cameras for each of them. Mevo's even going to track and keep people in frame as they move around. And thanks to its 4K resolution, the quality is going to stay super crisp and consistent. Mevo can connect reliably also through a Wi-Fi or even via LTE. But if you decide to pick up the boost attachment, you can only increase your battery life, but also use a built-in Ethernet jack for a more consistent connection. If you're looking for a great and affordable way to improve your live streaming or step up your live streaming game, check out Mevo. And because I like you can save $50 with the coupon code down below. So on to the negatives and the things I'm kind of ambivalent about. Let's start with the meh stereo speakers. I was super pumped about it when the iPhone X first hit. Now I could really care less. Maybe I'm just used to it, but I don't mind them that much. And I mentioned wireless charging in my positive section. Wireless charging is still stupid slow on the iPhone. And I've tested countless Android phones with wireless charging. Each one has enabled me to turn the phone off while still wirelessly charging at night. Any Apple phone that has wireless charging, so the iPhone 8s and the iPhone Xs, they'll do it, and then sometime during the night, they will turn back on. It's infuriating. I turn my phone off at night. It's a personal preference, something I like to do. But with the iPhone X, I cannot wireless charge and turn off, so I have to plug it in. A small annoyance. On the software side of the iPhone X and iOS in general, I cannot understand why Apple won't borrow some features from Android, like secure unlock. I'm wearing an Apple Watch. Why won't the phone just unlock when I'm wearing an Apple Watch? Why won't it unlock when I'm connected to a secure Wi-Fi network? Why won't it unlock when I'm at a geolocation area where I say I'm secure and gonna be me? At the very least, give me the choice to have those options. It still annoys me with iOS. But perhaps the biggest negative of the iPhone 10 has been battery life. Battery life has gotten worse and worse for me the more I've used the phone, or perhaps more accurately, as each software update tends to come out. And I went through and checked my battery health. If you go to battery, you'll see a beta score there. It's 100%, so my battery is still super healthy, but I'm about 15 to 20% less into the day than I was when I first got the phone. So I'm guessing that is software. Incredibly annoying that that's happening. I've really liked the iPhone 10. I keep coming back to it after I test Android devices and other phones. It's a really good phone for me right now. I wish the price was lower. It's still probably more expensive than it needs to be. I wish they'd come out with that awesome Project Red color they've got for the iPhone 8 line. But overall, the iPhone 10 has been an absolute winner. And despite harbingers of doom saying Apple's not selling a lot of phones, they are selling a lot of phones. Their stock price as of this filming is at an all-time high. So Apple is doing something right. If I could go back and decide whether or not I would buy an iPhone 10, I would buy it again. But it's not a perfect device. Nothing is perfect. So know those negatives going in, but overall, thumbs up to Apple.